Yo guys, it's Chris here, I'm your Spring Gamer. Welcome back to more Star Trek Online. Last time on Star Trek Online, we did the mission Desperate Measures, and today we'll be doing the mission Shadow Play. I should admit something right now. I had a failed recording a few minutes ago. Ardur just stopped recording audio altogether. And I kind of did the mission kind of partially, but thankfully I was able to drop it, and I'm able to start anew. That's the benefit of doing this game as a Let's Play, is that I can redo missions over and over again as many times as it takes to get it right. But as a result, I'm already at this next system. So I'll cut the crap and just, let's do the next mission because, I don't know, nothing else to say really.
Tequila, the survivor you rescued from Demora Station, has provided some very interesting information about both the Tal Shiar and the new race with which they've allied. Meanwhile, the Romulan Republic and neutral colonies are continuing to report mysterious abductions. We believe these two events are related. Tequila wants to go home to her colony on Serene Prime. The colony there has remained independent from both the remains of the Romulan Star Empire and the burgeoning Romulan Republic. That puts them in a delicate balancing act. We thought taking Tequila home could be a good opportunity to figure out what's happening behind the scenes of the Romulan conflict. We would like you to go to Serene Prime and investigate.
All right, we get some let's get some good plasma weapons out of this, so let's get started. Okay, we arrived in Serene Prime. This is supposed to be a neutral colony, but I'm detecting multiple Romulan Star Empire ships as well as a shield wall surrounding the planet. If this is a blockade, they're very serious about keeping people out. The warbirds are arming weapons, sir. We should have a fight if we want to return our guests to our colony. Speaking of which, Tequila would like a word.
I can't thank you enough for returning me. It looks like the Romulan Star Empire has been busy while I was away. They were already lobbying our council to join them, but Romulan Republic envoys are there as well. Now the Empire is blockading the planet, probably to prevent information like ours from reaching our leaders. The shield wall is new. I guess the Tal Shiar constructed it. You should be careful.
Right there, the Romulan vessels ahead over there by the wall. We should hail them. I'm probably going to be cutting away here immediately again because we likely do have a fight ahead of us. Well, we do have a fight ahead of us, but I won't reveal it right now. Even though I just did.
This planet is protected by the Romulan Star Empire. State your business.
I'm returning the citizen to her homeworld.
Indeed. Identify this citizen. We have no record of that colonist. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Right now we have to fight him. I'm going to cut this out because it's going to take way too long just to show, a mundane fight that's not worth anything. So I'm going to cut away here. Finally, that was a bit of a tough fight actually. I almost died there apparently. Disruptor cannon. Can't really speak today, unfortunately. All right, now we need to enter planetary orbit. Maybe there won't be too many fights, if any at all, before we get it fully repaired. A hydrogen gas, huh? Okay. Also, we need to get some new engines as well at some point. Are we going to be down the surface? Yes, we are.
I can't believe I finally made it home. Thank you. I never thought I'd see this place again. I would give you the grand tour such as it is, but I need to get back to my family. I never thought I'd see them again either. You should talk to a representative from our council. Follow the path ahead and it will lead you to our central square. There should be someone you can speak with there.
Welcome home. Alright, so Counselor Rihu, somewhere in the town. Also, one little gripe about some places in Star Trek Online is that sometimes maps can be a little bit uninspired in terms of their looks and designs. Ooh, what's this over here? Something to take? What is in here? Nothing that I need. There's always stuff that you don't really need. But yeah, they're not uninspired, they're kind of bland. This is a good example of that. Nothing really to write home about when it comes to, prettiness. Although some maps in this game are very pretty.
Sholon True, and welcome to Serene Prime. Oh, thank you for returning Tequila to us. I'm sure her family is pleased she is safe. However, you have arrived at an interesting time. I was just preparing to meet with representatives from the Romulan Star Empire and the Romulan Republic. Each are urging our colony to join their faction. We've done our best to stay out of the conflict until now, but I fear we will soon be forced to take a side. Yes, the Empire has a way of offering assistance that feels more like a threat. They offered security services for my world, and I could not risk refusing them. And, to be fair, there have been no abductions since the fleet began protecting the planet. A number of our citizens went missing in the weeks before the Empire arrived. The Empire blames the Republic, of course, but I think Sela likes to blame them for a lot of things. There's no evidence they are responsible, however. In fact, there's no evidence at all. And I think that if the Republic were behind these kidnappings, they would leave some trace behind. If you would care to speak to the representatives, I would be interested in hearing what your opinion of them is.
Right, so the representatives. Let's just talk to the nicer ones first.
You are not welcome here, Starfleet.
Counselor feels very differently. She asked me to speak with you and give her my opinion.
Then she is a fool. The Federation are allies of the terrorists who seek to destroy what remains of our glorious empire. You will do nothing here but sow dissent and unrest. I also know that you destroyed a ship protecting this planet, with callous disregard for the safety of the citizens of this colony. I have nothing more to say to a murderer.
They left me no choice.
You had no choice? Those words have been the excuse of monsters since time immemorial. On the chance, however, that the Council is foolish enough to be swayed by your biased opinion, I will explain that the Romulan Star Empire is Serene Prime's only hope.
I'm sorry. The audio mixing in this game can be a little bit wonky in the earlier missions because they're older. So I might be doing that a little bit more as time goes on.
A pleasure to meet you. What can I do for you?
What's your mission here?
My intent was to speak to the Council about the advantages of joining the Republic. Fortunately, I arrived before the blockade, and the Council has extended their protection to me. Otherwise, I'd probably be on my way to one of the Tal Shiar's prison facilities by now. The Empress likes to hide her threats in a few layers of deception and lies. It can be difficult for a peaceful world like Serene Prime to resist. But if we all stick together, we will be able to rise up and defeat the Tal Shiar once and for all.
You have ambitious goals, Slim Commander. Good luck. Return to Counselor.
Well, what did you think of them?
So we have a few choices here. I'm gonna be biased.
An interesting perspective. Thank you for your suggestion. Our most convincing evidence comes from a survivor of Virenat. And if his story can be believed, he says he knows who is behind these abductions. You should speak to him before you leave. He's behind that building.
Alright, if I know this mission correctly, I think I know who this is. Because if you've played the Romulan Republic side of things, you should also know who he is. Or maybe not. Never mind. I haven't done this mission in a while, I guess.
Yes, I was at Virenat. My family died there. My friends. It wasn't terrorists who destroyed my home, and it certainly wasn't the Republic. It was the Tal Shiar and their friends. But you don't have to take my word for it. Virenat has been abandoned since the attack. Go see what our Empress does to her people.
Right. Appears we've done what we can here, so we return to the ship. Be able to warp with the Virenat system. Okay. This is going to be pretty cool, I would admit. Because if you played the Romulan Republic side of the Republic's what?
Crimes against the Romulan Star Empire. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
You lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. I like that.
You appear to be having some difficulties with the Tal Shiar. Please, allow us to assist. This is the least we can do for our allies in Starfleet.
Looks like we got some help to defeat this Daedalus battlecruiser, which is nice because that means it won't take quite as long. Because the last time it took quite a long time to get it to go down. But we're generating so much threat right now that it's been an issue. I guess right now that we're starting to get some levels, I should go over threat. Now, threat is a big, I guess you could say, mechanic in this game. Basically, when you attack an enemy, you generate threat. Now, the amount of threat you generate is dictated by your threat stat. When we progress through the levels and you get more powerful weapons, the more the threat stat will generally increase over time. So the more threat you have, the more likely an enemy will target you over the others. So if you are the kind of person who likes to lay back and like take it easy, and we are getting annihilated here, take it easy. You don't really want to increase your threat stat. But if you want, but in turn, a higher threat stat means you will be dealing more damage in general. So there are pros and cons to having a higher threat stat. As I was saying, a higher threat stat can also can have pros and cons. It can increase the amount of damage you will do to other enemies. It will also basically cause them to attack you more often. So if you're piloting a ship or your character does not have very good defensive stats, it would be a good idea to keep that low. But I was gonna say something. Jeez. What's it called? I was gonna say something. Oh, right up here, when you are targeting an enemy, the person that they are targeting at that moment will appear up here, so you know who's targeting who. Anyway, let's warp to Viranet before my brain gets fried even more. We arrived in the Viranet system. Sensors are detecting no signs of activity in the system, not even satellites. For a once populated world, the sensor silence is eerie. Set course for planet. This is actually a very cool looking map. I like this. It's very pretty, with all those brightly glowing stars and the sunlight on the planet. It actually looks really good. Oh, we're supposed to scan debris. Turn around, stop! Let's go for this one. This is where are we on our way to that one anyway. I wasn't paying attention to the mission tracker. It's like I'm going way too far out of it. So this appears to be debris from a vessel of an unknown configuration. However, the annex signatures conform to limited information we have about the Alachi. There's not enough here for a ship to have been destroyed, sir. Whatever it was probably survived this battle. Right, flight of plan. I guess we only need to scan one of them. It's going to take longer to turn around, but at the very least, at least going full impulse would mean we get to the planet a little faster. Hopefully. Because sometimes things can take forever. Certain taking the vessel away, there's nothing here. Must have been a sensor echo. That was kind of scary. I was like, really, another ship coming in? It's like, it just want to get on the planet because I want to show this planet because it's really cool if you played the Romulan Republic side of things. At least the tutorial. This place is destroyed, Captain, but the damage is only a few months old. I'm not detecting any humanoid life signs. However, there are several insect life forms around the area. We should be cautious. Right, so there's Kelids here. They're of the alien faction. They're just generic enemies that appear on various planets or maps or whatever. So just take them out. They're not very difficult at all. But just take them out whenever you see them. So anyway, Viranet. If you play the Romulan Republic tutorial, which you should because it's actually a really good tutorial. There's a battle must have been massive. Now you get to see what Viranet looks like after everyone was evacuated off of the planet. At least the survivors. So it's very creepy. Like, so the place certainly doesn't look like a military installation. Why would anyone attack it? Yeah, it's like it's not even a military installation, but it's very creepy with all this destruction all around. It's just, again, very creepy. There's not really many ways you can say it. But I don't think you can play this mission on the Republic side of things. I think this is an exclusively Federation mission. So even if you're playing as a Federation character, it's actually pretty interesting to see what it looks like after the Romulan Republic tutorial. Dang, Kelid drones. Looks like there's some things we can scan over here. This crater was created by orbital strike from a plasma weapon of Romulan origin. Okay. I mean, you head back into the town because there's actually a few more mark points that we need to go to. I'll cut away to there right away. Sir, although the colonists died of a plasma weapons discharge, her tissues appear to be infected with some kind of fungal spores. The bio readings I'm getting are somewhat similar to some of the readings from prisoners of Installation 18. Installation 18, haven't heard that place about that place quite yet. We will later, though. Don't worry about that. I'll cut away to the next one. Alright, the beacon's sitting right here by this watering hole. I guess you could say it's probably a watering hole. I think this device is some kind of beacon. It doesn't conform to any technology I'm familiar with. However, the components seem to match some of the equipment we discovered on Installation 18. Just detecting subsequent transmission. We can access it from the console over there. It's on the other side of the town, really. Wonderful. Cutting away. Alright, the console. Welcome, guests. Okay, play message.
Citizens of the Empire, it is with great sorrow that I report the destruction of our colony in the Virinat system by the terrorist insurgents known as the Romulan Republic. I believe most of the residents of Virinat were loyal subjects of the Empire who were unaware of the terrorist cell hidden amongst their homes and families. Their deaths are a tragedy. When the Tal Shiar attempted to remove the insurrectionists and save Virinat and its people, the Romulan Republic destroyed the entire colony rather than submit to the lawful authority of my forces. I grieve for the loss of innocent life. Rest assured that those responsible will be found and punished for their crimes against the Romulan people. Virinat will not be forgotten.
Oh, Igaleth drones. So this is our first introduction to the Alachi. The Alachi are actually pretty interesting race. They're more like science-based type of attacks, but these Igaleth drones aren't particularly fantastic. They're not going to do a whole lot of damage, but we'll get into the Alachi a little bit more later. So apparently a ship from an unknown configuration has entered the system. We need to beam up. It was a scout ship, Cat. We drove it off, but I'm expecting reinforcements any moment. Right, so this is also another introduction to Alachi ships. They're actually pretty powerful. These ones not overly. The Qualsh frigates our bite is way worse than their bark. Their armor is not particularly fantastic, but their weapons can deal some pretty heavy damage to you and your shields. So be careful about that. They can also board your ship in a sense of a way. It's not really boarding, it's just they apply an effect that basically is like boarding your ship, which is called shield disruption, but they can do some weird things to you. In terms of what boarding your ship does, basically when an enemy boards your ship, they're attacking your crew, so your ship's efficiency will be lowered. Now, ship efficiency is very important, especially in PvP. Because the more your crew is able to run the ship, the better it'll perform. And when your ship's being boarded and they're busy trying to fight off attackers, it's not going to be running as well as it should. So, geez, thinking of the boarding party apparently, good timing. Basically, when your crew's busy being off fighting invaders, powers will take longer to recharge, and maybe your shields might not be as powerful as they would be. So there's not really any easy way to avoid getting boarded. Most of the time they'll send boarding parties, but other times if it's like the Borg, where they're able to board you basically from a distance and have no issue with it, then there's no way to avoid it. We'll get into the Borg a lot later, a lot later. So, but keep that in mind for that, because that's going to be very important information. Oh, this attack. You want to get away from this thing when it starts doing this attack, because it's going to ruin you if you have a shield down. And I mean ruin. At this early in the game, if it hits you with on a shield facing that's down, you're done for. You're blowing up. So keep that. Get away from that if you have evasive maneuvers already equipped, which I don't right now, and I'm not going to right now because I'm very close to getting a new ship anyway. But just keep that in mind, because You never know when he's going to start doing that attack, because it's very devastating. There's also shuttle sitting there for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. Huh. Explode into the air. Well, not really air, it's just a space, but whatever. Cat, we're receiving priority subservice transmission from Starfleet Command. Do you want me to put on main view screen?
To all Starfleet vessels, our allies in the Romulan Republic are under attack by the Tal Shiar. All combat-ready vessels are ordered to report to New Romulus immediately. Individual orders to follow. Thank you for responding so quickly. Your orders are to rendezvous with Battle Group Phi at Virinat and proceed to New Romulus to reinforce our vessels there. The battle is already underway.
Right, rendezvous. Nothing on the map, so it should be arriving over here. There we go.
Glad to have you here. Let's get to New Romulus.
Alright, warp to New Romulus. Even though we're going in a completely different direction, which is wonderful. Gotta love that.
We are grateful beyond words for your help. You have arrived in the nick of time. New Romulus does not have the developed orbital defenses necessary to repel such an attack, and Admiral Kararek is calling for as many ships as possible to defend the planet. The flotilla protecting the planet has been pushed back by the enemy assault. They are at their final line now. They need your help.
Right, battle stations.
Join us. Concentrate fire on their command ship.
Alright, we got a lot of ships to take down here, and it looks like the Klingons are actually helping too, which is actually interesting. We were not that long ago. We were fighting against them. Alright, so Cheshire dreadnoughts. They are very powerful, and we're generating enough threat that they're attacking us right off the bat. So, ew, that was a bit of a voice crack, sort of. I'm not sure. They're powerful. So be careful with them. You have help, and use that to your advantage. But they'll be attacking you, and mostly you, because those other ships are not going to, even with their combined power, are not going to generate enough threat to go over you, even at this early in the game. So be careful with them. See if I can actually get a little more threat generated, see if I can pull them off me for a quick sec. Yeah, that was expected. You're probably going to be blowing up a lot in this fight, because it's not going to be easy, even with help. It's going to be taking a while. I would say if taking on the dreadnoughts alone does not help anything, taking out the other smaller ships first might actually help you get some of the other ships off of them, so they can focus on what matters, mainly these dreadnoughts. But you need to be quick, because I don't think those other ships are able to go up, to disengage and repair themselves, because that might actually happen more later in the game than now. So be quick. So they took another ship down. Oh shoot! Come on, turn down, turn down. Right there we go. Avoided it. Thank you. I know I had full shield at the time, but even still, that could have been devastating. Right, status update. They're not making particularly good progress over here. Like, a lot of them aren't really... Well, they actually are engaging, okay. I suppose that's good. But they are severely outnumbered here. So, I'm worried that the game's gonna... I'm gonna get soft-locked. Sort of soft-locked. Not really being soft-locked, but basically I'm making it impossible to complete this mission, because all the other ships are gonna get destroyed, and the dreadnoughts are... You cannot defeat the dreadnoughts on your own. It's not possible. Either that or just take way too long. So, I'm getting worried. There goes one. We still got more to do, too, as well. Those guys are still fighting over there. Oh, I think we got this other one, too. Well, this isn't good. Well, I get to see what happens when the shield goes down. Yeah, I took it out and dropped us down to 80% integrity as well. I'm probably gonna try ignoring him. Nope, that's not working. Oh, it's a Mon Bosch. Wonderful. It transported itself over there, and now it's attacking me. Finally. Almost got blown up there, too. It's not even the hardest the game ever gets, either.
On behalf of the Romulan Republic, thank you for your assistance today. You have saved our new world from destruction. We cannot begin to repay these deeds you have performed today, but know that your names will go down in history.
All right, let's depart.
The Romulan Republic extends their sincere gratitude for your assistance in saving their homeworld. We now know the race you encountered there is called the Elachi, and they are the Tal Shar's new allies. From what you found on Viranat and what they tried to do at New Romulus, I'd say that whatever they're doing, it's not in our best interests. Alt, from what you found on Viranat and what they tried to do at New Romulus, I'd say that whatever they're doing, it's not in our best interests. The Republic is continuing to search for clues to reveal what exactly is happening to the people being abducted by the Elachi. You, however, may be set to a different task.
She repeated part of what she said already, which is kind of funny. Yeah, plasma torpedo. Only owned by Admiral Quinn. We'll take care of this next episode because things have been going on a little bit long at this point. So I think I think I'll end things off here. So join me next time for more Star Trek Online, where we do the next mission, Taurus. See you guys later.